everybody. Susan is out today. I'm Robin. I'm going to be hosting the Sideshow Live. And yes, I am definitely not Susan, as the affectionate nickname is going around this morning. So I've seen that in the chat, but bear with us. We're going to have a great show today. We have lots of stuff to get to, and we have many, many cool things to show you. Right now we have Kitty and Chicky in the chat for Facebook, and we have Dennis in the chat for YouTube. Please make sure you're pummeling them with questions because they like that a lot. They like it a lot. Today we have some special guests in the house. We have Chris Rupp and Sal Abernathy from Alex Ross Art. They're going to be here today helping us preview brand new prints from the collection. We have Death of Wolverine Fine Art Lithograph. We have Wolverine Premium Format Figure. We have the Joker Premium Format Figure. And we have the Joker Fine Art Lithograph that we're going to be showing today. And also as a reminder, on Friday at 11 a.m., we're going to have another live stream. It's going to be our May the 4th Be With You live stream. And it's going to be featuring Olivia. She's going to be a special guest, as well as we're going to be showing the premium format figure for Princess Leia, which is going to be awesome. We're also going to have some special prizing and giveaways. And if Susan is still at the office, I think I'm going to be hosting, and I'm going to be giving more prizes and giveaways. Sorry, Spearman, you're going to have to add them in. So thank you guys for joining us today, and let's get going. We have a featured collector. I love these featured collectors. It allows us to see the collections that you guys have at home, and feel free to submit your collection for consideration. We'd love to see them. And this week's featured collector is James White. And there is his collection. Awesome. Got a nice collection of, we got Star Trek figures and lanterns, Green Lanterns. Oh, that's awesome. And Star Wars. I love the, wow, it's this old man Luke Skywalker. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, if anybody would like to join to be considered for featured collector, please go to sideshow.com/blog and enter your information, upload your pictures, and hopefully we can select you to be the next featured collector. Congratulations, James White. Awesome. We have another winner to announce. Last week, Susan gave away an amazing prize pack of Groot and Rocket premium format figure. Who gave her permission to do that?
I think it was
Chicky. Anyway, it's an awesome prize pack, and that was won by Danae Fraser from the U.S. So you should be contacted via email shortly. Please make sure you answer that email, Danae. Congratulations. Those are awesome prizes. Now, we had a lot of news go on this week.
This is a busy week.
It's a busy week.
Very busy week.
We had Avengers Infinity Wars. Woo. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. What is the spoiler window?
It's still in effect.
Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Like, how long do I have to wait to actually be able to talk about this movie with people?
I'm holding off in the Facebook chats.
Okay, so we're going to give it 2 weeks, so we're not going to do any spoilers, but it was amazing film. I found myself going, what? No, yes. Just an array of reactions. But the Avengers actually made $258 million in opening weekend, which is a record.
Yeah,
I believe it's a box office record. So congratulations to our friends over at Marvel Studios. Good job, guys. We appreciated the film. Some may have had some disagreements about things that went on the film, but it was definitely exciting, and we're looking forward to the next, which is the Ant-Man and Wasp, right?
Ant-Man and the Wasp,
which we just had. They popped a trailer, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Did you guys see it?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wasp was, I have to say, kick-ass. She was just like shooting through windows and getting large, getting small, and And they, you know, when the one guy said, "Hey, we robbed you. Remember, we robbed you." Like, okay, uncomfortable moment of the film. That was awesome.
We were just tiny. We were just
tiny. It's been a week of interesting, cool Marvel things happening. Also today is the 10th anniversary of Iron Man. 10th anniversary. Amazing. So again, congratulations. I just recently watched the Iron Man film again, so the original, so it was very cool. It still has it, right?
It holds up.
It holds up.
Yeah.
all the special effects hold up, the plot holds up. It's just an awesome film. So if you guys have not watched that in a while, that's a good recommendation to go back and see it. We also have information from Hot Toys. They have announced their Gamora 6-scale figure, and that's launching today. So keep your eyes open for Gamora. She's from Guardians 2, actually. Sorry, it's not Infinity Wars, but it's Guardians 2. So still an exciting announcement from Hot Toys, and that should be up for pre-order, I guess sometimes today, right? Next few hours. Awesome. So also I hear that tickets for a Star Wars story will be going on sale this Friday, May 4th. For May the 4th be with you. That is the rumor. It could be a rumor that Susan started, but I don't think so. Right. So if you're interested in getting to be the first one to see Solo, a Star Wars story, you should find out where to pre-purchase those tickets on May 4th. Also, we have Susan's given a lot of stuff away. Oh my gosh. We have a Collect a Day May program going on in Instagram. It's a 31-day giveaway where you get to, people can compete for prizes every single day. We have 31 prizes going out the door by the end of May. So get yourself over to the Sideshow Instagram and figure out what's going on for today and how you can compete to win those prizes. 31 chances. We cannot make the odds any better than this. So please go over to Instagram and make sure you check that out. Also, we have our friends at Project Raygun have a Kickstarter for their Court of the Dead board game, which is Mourner's Call. That Kickstarter is still running live, and you can get to it by visiting sideshow.com/Kickstarter. The game is awesome. I think we have 1 or 2 prototypes hanging around, but we have a long line. We have lots of people working here, so we have a long line, a sign-up sheet for people. Oh yeah, all right, Mourner's Call. But we have a long line of people waiting internally to play the game, so it's getting a little heated here. But go on, check out the Kickstarter at sideshow.com/Kickstarter for Mourner's Call. Some really exciting stretch goals that they've already unlocked. So right now we're going to move from the news to a video, and when we come back, we're going to have the guys from Alex Ross Art, and we're going to show you some really cool stuff.
The Terminator piece I did is one that kind of harkens back to one of my earliest influences on where I started to want to paint superheroes like the Human Torch, because I love the whole image of the skeleton coming out of the fire. So this Terminator piece I did is kind of a coming full circle of my career, because it was my first job in comics that I got to do one of these franchise movie tie-in comic books, and getting to do this new piece was basically a sort of expression of fun for what I enjoyed of the original movie, and the whole thing of seeing the metal skeleton, once freed from its skin shell, walking through a wall of flame, and trying to sort of attach that visual again.
Hey everybody, I want to introduce and welcome back. We have Chris and Sal from the Alex Ross Art Team, and they're going to be here today to chat a little bit about the lithographs we have and about Alex Ross, and hopefully some insider information you can share, right? And we are partnering with Alex Ross Art to bring an incredible exclusive collection of signed lithographs to the collectors, and we're going to be debuting 2 of the next in that collection series. So we have behind us Death of Wolverine fine art lithograph. Hopefully you guys can see that. which was originally a limited edition variant, and it debuted in November of 2014 during the Death of Wolverine storyline. Do you guys have insider information to share about this?
Yeah, when I first started working with Alex, he was not a big Wolverine guy. He just kind of felt the character was oversaturated. He was much more of a purist with Uncanny X-Men and X-Men. And then it just kind of grew on him, the Logan/Wolverine character. So he wanted to, with the piece, with the cover, he wanted to kind of incorporate an homage to not just Wolverine, but sort of the history of Wolverine, which is where you've got the classic, or Uncanny underneath, and then the classic first appearance of Wolverine, which is him fighting the Hulk, the Herb Trimpe cover, and then of course he always loved the brown costume. I think which was the Byrne costume, right, Chris?
Yeah, it was either that or the Frank Miller.
Yeah, and the Logan character himself, so which is the hat. So Alex really felt that there was much more to the character than just the guy with the yellow suit with the claws. So he was excited to say, sure, if they let me do Wolverine the way I want to do him, then let's jump in. And this was an anniversary cover, so they let him Marvel let him run the gamut with it and said, sure, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah. Is that too much?
No, that's.
And he
that's
got to
awesome.
put Banshee in here. He really loves Banshee. So.
Yeah, it's
classic.
a beautiful
Yeah.
sweep of characters
Yeah.
underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did he use any particular models when trying to put this together? Any reference materials that were unique?
I don't think so. He's very very he's an enormous fan of the history of the Marvel characters. So anytime he gets a chance to go to town with the older versions, he runs with it.
So it's all out of his head.
No, I mean he does a lot of reference, whether it's figures or models, live models, but no one comes to mind with Wolverine. Wolverine actually might be him. Sometimes if he's running late with a deadline, he used to have lots of, we would do modeling sessions for different things, but as time constraints kind of hit with deadlines, sometimes he just sets up the camera and
That's
jumps
amazing.
in and plays certain characters.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like working your own portrait into like
And one of
He-
the
superheroes.
He's a stickler for it not looking like him. He'll ask me sometimes. He'll be like, "That doesn't look like me, does it?" Because I used myself, and I'll be like, "No, it's good." I can't tell.
No, it doesn't look like you
I
at
can't
all.
tell. I can't tell. Yeah.
Awesome. So, can you tell us a little bit about how this was originally used?
Marvel had approached us because the 75th anniversary had come up for Marvel 75th. What was the anniversary, Chris, for 75th? Was it the company itself, or was it the?
I think it was from Marvel Comics #1.
Okay.
75th anniversary was 2014,
Yeah.
and they had this entire series of covers that Alex did celebrating the 75th anniversary, which we've done a few already through Sideshow.
Yes.
And I think we have a few in the pipeline.
Yes, we do.
So
And this was part of a series of Marvel 75th covers he did of different kind of encapsulating key moments in the Marvel history, the history of Marvel, which Alex is like all about.
Wonderful. Well, this particular print is 18 by 24. It's a signed lithograph. The edition size is 250 pieces. 250 pieces, and you can get it framed or unframed. We are giving fans a chance to win a framed print of the Wolverine, the Death of Wolverine. If you go to sideshow.com/winwolvieprint. Thank you, Chris, for making it mangle of that URL, but it should be on screen now. It says sideshow.com/winwolvieprint if you want to enter for a chance to win one of these beautiful Death of Wolverine fine art lithographs.
Nice framing job too. It really adds so much to the art. Is the presentation of it, and the framing and the matting that Sideshow does with these pieces really adds a lot to it.
It does look beautiful. We have a collaboration with a local framer,
Okay.
and we're able to do custom frames and
It's great.
and a lot of detailing, laser cutting. There's a lot of things that we can do, and we pretty much beat them up for pricing, so we can
It adds
get
an enormous amount of cachet to pieces with the framing and the presentation.
And for me, I know that if I get it in a tube, it's going to stay in a tube. And
sits in the corner.
Right, I purchased
Yeah.
the art for a reason, so I want to have it nice and framed and pop it out of the box and just have to put it on the wall. And with the partnership that we have with the framer, it allows us to offer what is generally an expensive thing to do to the collectors at a very economical price. So I'm glad that you guys like that.
Yeah, and when you present pieces like this as gifts or as, you want to put it in your office, you want to put it in your home office, whatever, it's just an immediate.
Right.
And it's very, it creates a lot of, it enhances the piece, the bordering and the classiness of it.
Should ask everybody how many people in chat still have their prints in a tube, in a closet somewhere.
I will not answer that myself.
Well, if you're looking to get this framed version of the print, the pre-orders are going to be up for pre-order on May 11th, and if there's anything left, we're going to be offering unframed prints on May 13th, which is on Monday. So make sure you go to sideshow.com, get onto the RSVP, and then also come back on the 11th to make sure you put your pre-order in for the Death of Wolverine print, which is awesome. Again, only 250 pieces of that, which is amazing.
All hand signed by Alex.
Hand signed. They
Yes.
got him in one room with all the prints.
Yes,
and
we do.
a stubby pencil, right? Sign it all. It's often difficult when the artists are traveling and they have a lot of things to try and get that together, and get the time so they can sign all the prints. So it really is, I think, a nice addition to have that, a nice option to have that. All right, well, before you guys, we have the Wolverine premium format figure, and we found that a lot of the collectors who are discovering the prints are also discovering the statues, and our graphics team have done an amazing job sneaking around to our coworkers' houses to do setups. So you'll see a lot of pictures on the site in the galleries where you have a print behind the actual statue. And from the feedback that we have from collectors, a lot of the collectors are starting to do that to make their collection look kind of cinematic, I guess. It's a nice presentation in their home. So this Wolverine, he's limited to 2,500 pieces. He's 15.5 inches tall. His base features the severed sentinel hand. I'm sorry, I'm like doing this too quickly for our camera guys. We'll roll them around here. Really cool. You could see all the shredding of the metal detailing on that, which I love. And then of course the little light in between. This actually, it looks like it has costuming elements on it, but it's all sculpted and highly detailed. There's no cut and sew. The claws are metal, so please be careful when you're putting them together and unwrapping this thing. They are metal and sharp because they are Wolverine claws. The collector's edition features a masked portrait. The exclusive edition is the unmasked portrait with the cowl, and this is currently available for pre-order, and he's going to be shipping, I believe, in June of 2018. We do have payment plans. Customer support wanted to let everybody know there are payment plans available. Let them know. And if you're interested in making a pre-order for this, you can go to sideshow.com/Wolverine. Do we have any questions in the comments? Let's see.
Framed art.
Yeah. Do you use UV protection glass on the framed art? Wow. Okay. That would be a question for me. No, we don't use UV protection glass on the framed art, but it's fairly easy to get locally. We try not to ship anything like that because the chances of it getting damaged is just astronomical. So some of these things, like the glass, and also people ask us, do we sell and ship display cases? Those always get damaged in transit. So when you're dealing with something that big, we always suggest that you source somebody local in order to supply the glass, or like a plexi manufacturing place to build out your custom displays. Richard, is this a production sample of Wolverine?
Yes.
I believe he is a production sample of Wolverine. So the color and the detailing that you see should be exactly what you're going to be pulling out of the box when yours arrives. Anybody
He's
Wolverine?
hairy. He really is.
They did work
No,
the
there
arm
was
hair.
that- I remember that specific era of Wolverine where they accentuated a lot of that.
They did work the arm hair in.
Yeah, he's working it here.
Now, people are asking about different sizes for the Wolverine print. Right now, this print is only available in 18 by 24. So I don't know if you guys are looking to make wallpaper, wall art. How big do you want this print? But
There are some things in the works for some larger format printing, possibly.
awesome. All right. Well, you got the scoop here. There are some things in the works. We are going to transition to another video. We're going to change up some cool things here. You can hang out and make sure to don't go away, actually. We're going to be back with these guys. We're going to have amazing Joker stuff, and we're going to show you a Hot Toys unboxing right now.
Hey everyone, welcome to another unboxing segment today. We have a special guest unboxer hanging out with us. Hey Challenger, what's going on?
Pretty good.
Good. So what are you unboxing for us today?
The Joker Arkham Asylum 6-scale figure from Hot Toys.
That's pretty awesome. Do you want to just get us started? And
Let's
I can
do this.
read a couple things. So this is from the video game Arkham Asylum. Ooh, that's for
inside.
the people who don't take things out of the box. We don't know what to do with you because we take things out of the box. All right, but no judgment. I mean, that's how some people roll. So this is from the Arkham Asylum video game?
Yes.
Yes. Did you play that game?
No, I did not.
I did not either. We should probably have gamers do this every now and then because they can give us some details on what exactly. I mean, obviously he's voiced by Mark Hamill. That's the only thing I really know about the Joker in this game. That, and he has a really cool twist, but I don't know what the twist is. So what do we have with him?
Let's see here. We got some nifty accessories. Oh, we have
a
Arkham
backdrop.
Asylum backdrop.
Yeah. There you go. It's on here as. Oh, it's not on here. So that's a. Oh no, here we go. Specifically designed figure stand with game logo and backdrop. So it's a themed backdrop. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like his hair. Okay. So this has the authentic, detailed likeness of the Joker with his grinning expression from Batman Arkham Asylum. Here, let me help you. Do you want me to hold him while you do this? There you go. So he has game-accurate facial expressions with delicate makeup applied to the sculpt. I'm assuming it's paint. I don't think you can just like have makeup remover and he'll come apart. Ooh. There we go.
He's very tall.
He is very tall. He is 31 centimeters tall, so that means the Joker is a pretty tall guy. Yeah, because if this is 6 scale, that means the Joker would be tall in general. So you're pulling out some of
Here's
his accessories.
He's got a pair of handcuffs.
Pair of handcuffs. Oh wow, he has lots of accessories.
Some like googly eye glasses or something like that.
That's amazing. Yeah, one pair that just says glasses. Like, these are so much cooler than normal glasses.
And then a chattering teeth with some explosives. And we have a pistol.
Okay, I'm still obsessed with the chattering teeth explosives.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic. And very Joker, very on point to who the
Right.
Joker is as a character.
And we have a iconic sort of like dart gun with some little darts there. Don't want to take them out because they're pretty small.
Wow.
And then he's got
He has
2 pairs
six-
of different hands.
Yeah, 6 hands total. 6 hands total, 1 pair of fists, 1 pair of relaxed hands. Yeah, let's just get all that out of the way. Unboxing comes with a lot of stuff.
And don't forget the instructions.
Instructions will show you the full range of articulation on the figure, which has 30 different points, but you need to know where those are, so that's how you find out. It's in those instructions right there. So back to his hands, he has 1 pair of fists, 1 pair of relaxed hands, a right hand for holding a pistol, and a right hand for holding the injection gun. So there are 2 additional swap outs for his right hand. He comes with, as you can see, his tailored purple colored Joker suit with sculpted boutonniere on the lapel. I like that, that's awesome. He has a bow tie. He's fancy. He has one yellow colored shirt with blood splatter weathering because the Joker, not such a nice guy all the time. He has a light green colored bow tie, black belt with gold colored buckles, a pair of black and purple shoes, and then we mentioned all of the accessories there. So, cool thing about this Joker is that you can get him right now. So, if you want to add him to your collection, you need to do it fast before he sells out because he is limited edition. So, you're going to want to head on over to sideshow.com/asylumjoker. What was that?
Sideshow.com/asylumjoker.
See? It's that easy. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming in, Challenger.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And you know what? Anytime. You should come back and do these with us all the time.
Definitely.
And you know what? All you out there, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Chris and Sal from Alex Ross Art, and we have more cool stuff to talk to you about. We have behind me, if you've seen, it's the Joker fine art lithograph. It's a little creepy being over the shoulder with like his teeth sticking out like that. Oh my gosh. Awesome. It's good. They're doing a blow-in. Yeah, there you go. That is awesome. So Alex Ross is known for his haunting depictions of the Joker. We've had, I guess you've had many requests to bring this art into a print. This art actually was never used in a book before. So could you tell us a little bit more about the origin of the art and
This was originally Portraits of Villainy. It was a series that Alex was proposing. This was shortly after all the Treasury books that Paul Dini and Alex did. I think Sal has more information on the details behind it.
When Alex did the 4 Treasury books at DC, the Superman, Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Batman War on Crime, after the covers were face portraits, iconic face portraits, and then Alex had this idea of proposing the idea of possibly doing a book or doing a series of them called Portraits of Villainy, and it kind of was a project that got caught up in lots of other things that were going on, and it never really took off. And so, one day he just wanted to. I said, well, why don't we think about fleshing a few of them out? And then that didn't kind of happen because he's always busy with stuff. And then one day he just said, hey, what do you think? And about possibly doing something like this that we could use maybe for presentation purposes or things. And I said, yeah, I think it looks tremendous. And
That's
so,
amazing.
yeah. But many times Alex just has ideas of things he would like to flesh out. And coming from an advertising background, you don't really wait for a go-ahead to flesh it.
You're constantly generating art.
Well, it's much more. It has much more impact when you present it as a finished piece. For me to, instead of having to explain it to you, I just show you this is what it would be. And many times in advertising, you can't tell a client, well, he's going to have green hair and it's going to be beautiful. Without it's like. Just show it.
So this piece of art really has never been published before outside
before.
of this lithograph.
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
And it kind of always surprised me that it never found a home. And
it has a home now.
It's
our home.
Sideshow exclusive.
It's a Sideshow home. So this exclusive Joker fine art lithograph is 18 by 24 inches, and the edition size is going to be 275 pieces. Right, for Joker, that's a tiny edition size. Again, they're hand signed and individually numbered, hand signed, 275 pieces edition, and this is the first time this art has ever been published in this fashion. So I would recommend that if you're a big Joker fan, big DC fan, to put it in your collection. You can go to sideshow.com/Joker print to make sure that you RSVP when this item goes up for pre-order. It should go up in the next few weeks, but you do want to be the first to be notified that it is available for pre-order. So make sure you go to sideshow.com/RSVP sideshow.com/Joker print to RSVP. And make sure you get your name on there so we can notify you as soon as it's available for pre-order, because we do anticipate that this spectacular print is going to be, it's going to go fast. So what other art is he sitting on? What other art is he sitting on that we could use? He must have some amazing pieces.
I mean, it depends a lot on where he's at in terms of how much he's working on at the time, or in many times, like in the early days when the Warner Brothers stores were open. Remember the Warner Brothers stores?
I do remember the Warner Brothers stores. I'm probably dating myself, but I do. Do you remember them?
There were many projects that he would just, what's that for? And he was just like, it was something that he felt strong about, or something that he really wanted to pursue, and he wasn't always positive we were going to get the go-ahead or going to get confirmation on, sure, great. But the Warner Brothers stores in the early days created an outlet for a lot of those pieces that were for rabid collectors or rabid Warner Brothers DC fans would know it, like Legion of the Superheroes or Plastic Man or Metal Man, or stuff that wasn't necessarily the trinity of characters, but they were part of the DC universe. That Alex would be like, what's that for? Like, I just I wanted to paint it, is basically, for lack of
Just amazing. It's a sketch, and it looks like a fully realized piece of art. Like, that's a sketch.
Sometimes they're kind of like, yeah, okay. I knocked that out this weekend.
So while you've been walking around the studios, have you seen, I'll probably put you on the spot, have you seen a Harley Quinn to go along with the Joker?
No. I have not.
I haven't.
But
I haven't.
Damn.
I do know of a sketch that goes along with this one.
You have a sketch that goes along with
Yes,
this
there
one.
is.
Do we have it?
And we do not.
We do not.
We didn't know if we should show it yet.
Well, we do have a sketch of the
We
Joker.
do have the Joker sketch. This is one of
Right.
Alex's his early thumbnail, right? So,
Yeah, that would have been a early portrait of villainy kind of presentation piece.
Well, that's
where he
awesome.
was just fleshing it out to see how it would work.
See, again, that's not a sketch. That's a full-on painting.
he'll go from this. This is something that he draws. It is probably, 2 inches, maybe smaller?
Yeah, it's a thumbnail.
Wow. All right. Yeah, that's a full-on.
And then he'll
that's
go
a
from
piece of
there
art.
to,
That's a full-on piece of art.
like a more fully fleshed out pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes he'll even go farther and do multiple more.
Right. Wow. That's awesome. So next time you visit, you can bring the sketch of Harley.
Let's see what I can do.
Score. All right. Again, for this Joker fine art lithograph, please make sure that you RSVP. Go to sideshow.com/jokerprint, and we'll be able to get a hold of you through your cell phone, through your email. We'll get a hold of you right away as soon as that goes up for pre-order. It's 275 pieces, 18 by 24.
And we're giving one away?
Do we have to?
Yeah.
I can't snake it. Caught again. All right. We will give you guys a chance to win one framed fine art Joker lithograph if you go to sideshow.com/win Joker prints. So go to that sideshow.com/win Joker print, enter your information for a chance to win one of these. You guys kept me honest. Darn it. I had a spot right in my office. Awesome. So what do we got? We got people asking questions. Flex pay for art prints. We're working on that, guys. We're working on that. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, months. I probably just lit up customer support with that. Yeah. So sorry, Rick. But you can contact support at sideshow.com if you've purchased a print and ask them to do a custom flex pay. We don't have a way to do the flex pay automatically through the site, but you could probably do something with a specialty request through support. So again, they're probably going to hate me for that, but go to support at sideshow.com and ask them, and they'll help you. Okay.
See, one question up there. Was Alex the model for Joker?
No.
No? Well, we've already agreed that we're going to tell him it doesn't look like him, even though it might look like him, so you can't even say. You got to catch 22 there. So is there a Batman equivalent to the Joker litho? They
Yes.
wouldn't fess up to... Wow, really?
Yes.
Nice.
There's one that would definitely be a good companion piece of
Companion after the Harley, right?
that. Sure.
Sure.
Well, it was Portraits of Villainy.
That's right.
So, but
Awesome.
you might have something. And
Awesome.
especially with these last couple that we've done, the Batman and Superman, just previously these last couple months.
Mm-hmm.
The edition's completely sold out. I think
Right.
the first few days.
Boom, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's why you got to go to the RSVP and make sure that you're on that alert to get the pre-order. Okay, Michael. I know that Alex prefers old school Marvel, but has he ever been approached to do any current actors' versions of the characters from the films?
He's a big, enormous Chris Reeves fan, version of Superman, but yeah, he doesn't really have a problem with a lot of the movie stuff as much as he just prefers to stick with the
Prefers old school.
iconic stuff. Yeah, he just feels that he likes to keep it kind of rooted at its core.
Gotcha.
But,
So
yeah.
sorry, Michael. No,
Yeah,
you're not getting it. Sorry.
I guess that's
Get used to the comic book, the old
Yeah.
version stuff. Just let it sink into your collection.
he
Be
just-
okay with it, Michael. Be okay with it.
Alex just feels that whenever they do new interpretive versions of the characters, or they change the characters, or they have them evolve in different directions, he understands that's kind of part of the genre, but he always feels inevitably they come back around to the
Classic.
roots, to the classic, so he just feels, let's just stay with that.
Gotcha.
That's his thing.
All right. Now we have a technical question from Joe, who always gives us technical questions. What's the method used to replicate the art? Well, it's a lithograph, if that's what you're asking. You may have to clarify your question, but it's that's how it's being reproduced, printed as a lithograph. Yeah? All right. Okay. Can I use that Joker to wake up my son? No, you cannot use the
Yes, you
Joker
can.
print.
Yes, you can.
That's so evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at the Joker.
It looks like Michael wants to be able to hold the Joker print up in front of his, next to his son, so when his son wakes up for school, it freaks him out. That
Wake
could be
him up.
questionable parenting. I don't know. But if you do, please video it and send it to us so we can feature it on the show, because that would be kind of twisted and amazing. All right. Anybody else have questions on the Joker?
It looks like someone wants to know if Alex Ross himself will ever be featured a guest on the show.
Alex Ross is extremely busy. Extremely busy. I would love to, but he has a.
I'm taking offense. to that. I'm tremendously offended by that. I mean, I hear that 500 times a day. And
You
now
broke
even,
Sal's heart.
Now even
You broke his heart.
Cyber.
I just.
Yeah,
We're
it's a
very
mean
appreciative,
tweet.
though,
You
that
guys
Sal's
are getting
here.
to the mean tweets now. I don't want to talk to you. Where's
Anybody
Alex?
else have mean tweets for Sal? Because this
It's
is a
okay.
direction of the show I wasn't expecting.
It's
That would be
okay.
awesome.
I'm used to the. Well, what are you doing here? Why isn't he here? And I'm like, it's okay. I understand. They want to talk to him.
Hopefully there's something we can work out in the future. Maybe not physically out here in California.
Oh, maybe we could do some sort of Skypey type thing. That
might
would
be
be
able to do
awesome.
something.
FaceTime and Skype and whatever technology you have to
Yeah.
get into.
Body
put 'em there.
double. One of those Nick Fury robots that's replicant.
Okay, now you hurt Sal's
Yeah.
feelings. So
Yeah, no, I'm finished. I'm done. They're just basically, that's a coded message of, we don't want to listen to those guys. Where's Alex?
Is it exit stage left?
right.
You know.
All right. So in front of us we have the Joker premium format figure. Awesome. This one, again, we spoke before about pairing the art prints with the statues to just make an incredible combination if that's where you're looking for some wall art with your collection. This one, it's amazing in the engineering because we really haven't gone this crazy before, that this particular design required a custom understructure, a metal understructure, in order to be able to have the weight of the figure on the pogo stick. So that took some incredible engineering from our production teams. And the sculpting teams just went crazy with this. There's lots of different Easter eggs that if you are a Joker aficionado, you will appreciate, and you probably need to have this in your collection. He sits on the pogo stick, and there's a baby-faced carnival game head on the front of the pogo stick. You can see that there. And there's an H and a J carved into the head, and that obviously is for Harley and Joker. There's an 8-track tape, keys, your face here on the bottom of the boot, and there's all kinds of like little sculptures and messages and things that relate to his storyline and to characters that he interacts with. So it's just an amazing a sculpture if you're a Joker fan. There's a little bit of everything in here, and it's hard to show you the detail of it. And if you're welcome to go to the gallery online to also see it. But let's give you a little spin. Can you?
There really is a lot going on with this. There's so
Let's see
many
if
details. I noticed what I like about it is the 8-track player. And it's not cassette, it's 8-track.
You're gonna scooch him around.
I don't know how I know that. I'm not that old.
It's like look at the cup holder on the side. It's funny.
My J. Giles Band 8-track tape and my Cutlass from 1970s. But hey, it's
Did
cool.
you see what the tape is doing?
I didn't.
And he's got a Joker fish Tommy gun.
Oh,
Very cool.
I think we have the Batusi, right?
Yeah.
About 2C's
two
fine.
C's. Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's very cool.
That's awesome. He stands 25 inches tall, and his exclusive is a classic portrait with a dynamite cake. So let's scoot over here. You can see the cake actually has attached the hand, and it attaches to the wrist. And then we have the custom portrait. The collector's edition has the modern portrait. So the exclusive is still available. If you're interested in pre-ordering that, go to sideshow.com/buyjoker, especially if you're interested in getting the portrait with the hand with the exclusive cake. Then you want to go ahead and do that now, because those numbers are, I believe, dwindling fairly quickly. All right. This is awesome. And the interesting thing that what the teams have been working with is they have this like translucent resin, colored resin. So they're getting like smoke, and especially with like the Joker, you have like the green gas, and there's all different colored blue gas, and they're just able to get so many different effects with the base and with some of the accessories that they're putting with these statues. It's incredible. I'm excited every time that they show us one. It's like, what do you got now? And it's hard for them because they're setting, the sculpt team is setting expectations where it's like, okay, beat that one, beat the one you showed me last week. So this one is truly amazing because it has like the green resin coming out, and it just captures that where the pogo sticks come down and crush something, and then you have that releasing of the gas.
Giant penny, right? He's crushing the giant penny?
It looks like it.
It's actually the seal of the Gotham City Courthouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's some nice Latin on there that I
Yeah,
don't know how to
very
read.
cool.
The Latin. You should be able to know how to read it, Kitty.
No.
You should
I
know.
went to public schools, so I have no idea what the Latin is.
And again, if you're interested in
I-
pre-ordering this, this is the exclusive that we have here. Go ahead and go to sideshow.com/buyjoker. Right now we have a video ready for you. It's called For the Swamp Thing, I think. Inside Look. It's awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, take a look at it now. We'll be back. Don't go away.
I was always attracted to anything that was monstrous. He has that urban legend, creature of the swamp kind of appeal. Swamp Thing is a big shambling mound of vegetation that basically is the swamp in human form.
It's actually one of the first comic characters I was actually aware of and became invested in on some level because the hero happened to be an alien or a monster, in this case a swamp monster, so I was immediately drawn into that.
I think Swamp Thing has been a character that has been somewhat neglected in the collectible market. So we were like, hey, let's do this. Let's base it on the old original designs that Stephen Bissett and Bertie Wrightson had done and put our own twist on it and really make an impactful piece for the collectors. the design could kind of get spun every which way, especially with the evolution of the character now. It's kind of taken on more of a human form. We wanted to do that Bigfoot, boggy creek creature that does exist in some of the movies and cinematically. So we had Paul take a stab at it.
In this case, I wanted to take what the artist Stephen Bissett and John Toddleben, what they'd done, and then what Toddleben had brought with his inks, which he'd rendered every single bit of moss and flower and vine that was growing out of the body, and I wanted to get as much as that as I could. We didn't want him too aggressive. We just want him abiding in the swamp in a sense, but definitely with a sense of intensity and determination, kind of lurching forward.
Steve Rojas did the first version of Swamp Thing, and he did a great job establishing the overall look that we would go with. When you think about him, you think green, but there's also a lot of brown. We also did some heavy shadowing with some dark greens, like in the deep areas, which really helped bring the whole thing to life.
We got to play with it, and we figured Swamp Thing is an imposing character. He needs to be an imposing collectible. Cranius is Swamp Thing's arch nemesis, the villain in that world.
Obviously, he's the brains of the operation. He's actually a walking brain, and he walks on a large human hand.
And we thought, wow, what would be really cool is if we get Paul on it, let him design it, make it even creepier, and add, Paul's creepy aesthetic, and make that the exclusive.
I think the reason we choose to do these characters is because we can put our spin on it and also pay tribute to a character that has this, there's a culture of fans out there that love the character. We definitely brought to the table something spectacular for a character that doesn't get quite as much love as some of the larger, well-known characters. If you're a fan of Swamp Thing, you're going to want this statue.
As a fan, I'm excited that this piece finally came to fruition. I'm looking forward to having one on my shelf.
Welcome back. We were just talking about the Swamp Thing and how massive that figure is.
Very big.
It's just huge. It's absolutely huge. And it's one of those things when you see it, we're going to be at San Diego convention, or you actually see it in person, you're like, wow, I know what she was talking about. That thing is huge. But it's one of my favorites. It's a character that you don't see too often being created. So if you haven't checked out the Swamp Thing, go ahead and go to that URL and place your pre-order for it. Actually, it's in stock. No, it's going to be shipping soon. So yeah, place your pre-order for it. Well, anybody in the chat have questions for Chris and Sal from Alex Ross Art? If you had questions about any of the lithographs that we've shown, now is the time to get those questions in. And yes, YouTube, you better beg Sal's forgiveness, because that question came from YouTube earlier. He's never going to go on YouTube again.
I was kidding. He wasn't. It's okay.
He wasn't kidding. His feelings were hurt. For the Alex Ross crew, has Alex ever explored creating a huge team battle painting of classic 1980s WWF Wow, okay, I was thinking that was going DC or Marvel, but it went WWF.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so.
Just look at the Masters of the Universe piece.
He's into a lot of
That's
pop
true.
culture and lots of different things, from the Monkees to the Beatles to lots of stuff. But I have to honestly say WWF has never come up.
That's the
Yeah.
very PC of
Sorry.
no, it's not going to do
Sorry.
WWF.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not. Yeah,
But the
I know there's lots
Masters of the Universe piece was a good reference, because the characters are like all beefy.
They're
and,
all equivalent to wrestlers.
right,
Masters of the Universe.
different
It's like-
characters
and
that
then
you would see,
that
different
piece was-
personalities that you would see, right? All right. Well, thank you for that question, Joe Lombardo. Would Alex Ross ever consider a Bob Ross how-to style art show?
Show, no, but
years ago at a few cons, well, one con, Chicago Con, he did a how-to painting process, but no, probably not. I mean,
Does he have anything on video?
We're working on it. It's just, it becomes with Alec, it's always just becomes a logistical problem of how to get the time lapse, how to get him to talk versus work. He's not always as talking through the piece. It can be difficult. He's not always comfortable with people standing over his shoulder while he's working. So yeah, we get asked that a lot because people love to see the working process. But yeah, I would say that's definitely in the pipeline. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That would be a little bit like having someone, because that process could take days and days and days, and have somebody over you filming at the same time doing that. I can
Yeah.
see. All right. Which Batman would Alex Ross consider the best pairing with Christopher Reeve's Superman, West or Keaton?
Probably Adam West. He's a classic Batman guy. I don't think he had much of a problem with the Keaton, but I know he's a classic. He's a big Adam West fan. Yeah, in fact, he has the Sideshow Adam West in his office.
Wow.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
and the Catwoman next to it. So I know.
He's got a great collection of Sideshow and
Yeah.
Hot Toys. And
Awesome.
He has the room for it.
Good to know.
Yeah, Alex has lots of statues.
Will there ever be Alex Ross statues from Sideshow? That's interesting, and something I cannot talk about. Sorry.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
we have no idea what you're talking about, but good
No knowledge
question.
I have no knowledge of the aforementioned incident.
Right. The paper I signed said I can't talk about anything.
Right,
Pull
right,
Olivia, right?
Right.
Okay, Jason, Sal, do you know who was the life model for the Joker?
It might have been a little bit of Alex, maybe a little bit, but again, he starts as a lot of the reference and a lot of the photography is just based off of lighting and shading and basic composition for how he lays it out, and then it's a departure from there. He just uses it more like a little bit of just a go back to kind of keep the proportions correct and to keep what he wants correct, but once he gets started with the reference, he's just it goes. So I would say, yeah, maybe a little bit of Alex just to get it going. Yeah, I would have to say.
Love the Beatles, Prince we saw last year. Any plans for any other music icons?
Some stuff in the works. Nothing solidified, as you know, with contracts and paperwork and stuff. You can't really talk about it until it's done. But yeah,
Contracts.
we would
paperwork,
like to. Yeah,
NDAs.
lots of boilerplate and there's many things he would like to explore.
Awesome.
You know, yeah.
We have somebody asking, we have Richard asking, is there going to be any more new DC or Marvel Shadows pieces at SDCC?
Chris, the plan is to continue. Yeah.
Oh, for Alex Ross art, yeah, we have plenty of things coming up for San Diego Comic-Con from DC and Marvel. And I believe in the meantime they're going to be announcing some new Sideshow projects with us. Mm-hmm. So we might save them for San Diego to reveal them.
Great.
And that, but yeah, we definitely have lots of great stuff coming to San Diego this year, just as you guys always do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So luckily we're very close to one another.
The Shadow line, Alex tends to want to do certain ones, but then he's not always sure that they want them. Like I know with the DC Shadows line, he really wants to do Red Tornado, and obviously Green Lantern, and there's obvious progression of those characters, but there's also other characters in the DC universe that he wants to add, but he's just sometimes worried that who's going to want Red Tornado, because he's a big Red Tornado fan. Or same with Marvel. Once you've got the core guys, then you wonder, okay, where do we go from here? Where you're just possibly maybe going too far to,
Right.
You got to sometimes know when to stop. But yeah, between those and again a lot of stuff we're doing with Sideshow, he's always open to do lots of.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hear that, Gracie?
Yeah, like Luke Cage and a lot of I tell him Luke Cage because we talked about this last time. I'm a big Luke Cage, but I like classic Luke Cage, not. And he's like, really? And I'm like, just do it, yeah. But yeah.
Well, so coming July around San Diego time, you guys are going to see a whole bunch of stuff from Sideshow and from Alex Ross Art. We will both companies will be physically at the convention.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky enough to snag a ticket, or if you were lucky enough to snag a ticket like 9 months ago, whenever they sold out, come by. Right. But we're going to also have some pretty outstanding coverage on the web during the show. So we're going to be sending out our social teams doing crazy stuff, going to panels and just following people around. We're going to go visit partner places like Alex Ross Art. We're going to send people over to Marvel, to DC. So make sure that you guys contact us via email and let us know if there's any particular place in San Diego you want to send Susan. We'll make sure we send her out.
Beware of the Sideshow booth. It's like a forest. You get lost in it and you can't find your way home. It's so... You guys got these rows and rows and rows of all these statues, and you just start looking at one, and you fall down the rabbit hole, and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can't find your way out of the Sideshow booth because you guys have... How you maintain order at that booth, I don't understand. It's just... There's so much cool stuff to look at. And
we try to maintain order.
Yeah, and I'm usually the one you guys throw out. Like, there's no loitering. You gotta go.
We had one gentleman walk through, and he was complaining to his wife. And I said, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Nah, I already lost my wallet like 2 feet in." He goes, "I know I'm not going to have any credit cards left, and I haven't even made it all the way through the booth."
Right.
So it was just...
It's a dangerous booth. It really is. It's.
Well, I never thought of it as dangerous, but I guess
it's like the chip
it could
aisle
be
at the grocery store. There's no
yes.
easy way to get in and get out.
You got me at the
without
chip
getting
aisle
into
at the
trouble.
grocery store.
I can't get down that chip aisle without, what? And then get out of there. Sideshow, you're in a lot of trouble at that booth.
Right. Well, we are going to have lots of coverage for San Diego Comic-Con on Sideshow.com and also on Facebook. So if you weren't the one with the Willy Wonka golden ticket to score a San Diego ticket for Comic-Con, please join us at that time, and we'll make sure that we try and cover everything that you may be missing if you aren't going to the show. So we have a couple more questions for you guys. What kind of stuff does Alex Ross like to do when he's not painting? And that's from Ian on Facebook. Ian on Facebook.
Let's take this.
He sculpts a lot. He does his own personal type sculpts, things that he would like to see. He's into music a lot and family. He's a family guy. But I would say he's really just an artist. He's kind of an artist. He paints a lot, even if it's not related to anything professionally or a deadline.
Right.
So he's always got the brush. He's got, it's really kind of being an artist myself, it's kind of a little deflating when you go there and he's working on 9 paintings at the same time, and he's...
Does he have them up against the wall?
No, when you talk to him, you got about 20 good minutes, and then you lose him, where he's just like, okay, we good, and then that's the cutoff to say, all right, I get out of here so I can get back to what I'm at. But he'll have many different paintings at different drying stages or different levels of composition or different takes on it, where he needs to let it kind of cool in his mind to look at it fresh again. So he's kind of like Dr. Octopus, in that he'll pick one up and put it down, and then put that down, and so there's always multiple pieces going on at the same time. And sometimes it's just he laid it out, he really liked it, he needs to let it kind of breathe a little bit to get a fresh eyes on it, to say, okay, I see some flaws, or I see some issues. And then even when he's done, I've seen it many times where you hold it up. There's the tricks. You hold it upside down. You look at it in a mirror. There's to kind of be sure your proportions are correct, or something that looks on that's not jiving quite right. So
awesome. And you let that slip that you do art as well. So
yeah, we
paint,
met.
Draw, sculpt.
Well,
which one?
No, I was an artist, which is why I work for him and he doesn't work for me, because my art was just more of a abstract, a little more eclectic style. We met. We kind of had mutual friends in advertising. We both worked for Leo Burnett, advertising. Alex was a storyboard artist, and I was a storyboard artist. And we met through mutual friends at a comic store, and we started talking. And it's just one thing led to another, and
wow.
Yeah. It's kind of like, do you want to fight, Apollo Creed for the world championship? And I said, no, of course I don't want to work with you. And then the next thing you know, 9 movies later, here I am, 20 years. We've been together about 20 years now. So
wow,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But when he asked me what did I want to work with him, I don't think I was akin to it. And then it just kind of happened. It was early stages of the internet, and we were talking about doing some things, and it turned out great.
And 20 years later, some things turned into lots of things. Right?
Yeah, I think it initially started where he asked me for photo reference stuff where he wanted me to be Captain Marvel in Kingdom Come, and I said, no, I hate that character. It's really stupid. And then he's like, really? And then I saw the pictures, and then he said, okay. I said, look, as one artist to another, I said, sure, I'll help you with the reference, because all of our friends were helping him with the reference on Kingdom Come. And so I said, sure. You know, it seemed wild at the time until I saw the paintings, and I thought, wow, he really is very, very serious about this. There's no, when you're shooting photo reference with Alex, there's no fooling around. It's taken very, very seriously. He's into everything, the lighting aspects, the costume aspects, laying out the storyboard, storyboarding it out in the thumbnail. So once I saw how serious and intense he was, there was no, sort of clowning around thing, about.
So did he keep your portrait pristine where you can recognize yourself in the character?
I guess. I mean, I can't. It's just squinting and smiling when you play Captain Marvel. Yeah. There's not a lot of. Of course, that was 40 pounds ago. So he unfortunately added more chins as we went on. And I said, you really didn't have to add the chins or the hot dogs on the back of the neck. You could have left that out, but yeah, I was much lighter during Kingdom Come than later on. But he had costumes. You had to fully wear the costume, and
I'll bring photos one of these times.
It can get a little embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing because it's again. It's
so you wouldn't be embarrassed if you brought the photos in.
Would it matter?
What's left? Yeah, my kids make fun of me in front of me now, so I don't.
There's no self-esteem left.
They talk about me in front of me. I don't have. It's okay. I don't. No, it was really jarring to see Kingdom Come for the first time when he had, and it was like, wow, this really is. Until you get a few weird people at cons that kind of ask you to sign their book, or they call you Captain Marvel, then you get freaked out a little bit, but. Can get a little creepy sometimes, but it's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You posed?
No. Luckily.
You're just scarce when he starts asking for models. You're like, oh, see you later.
Yeah.
Gonna roll out.
The big thing with Alex today is that he rarely uses models, and that because he's drawn them so many times.
Yeah.
Like Sal was saying, the main thing that he's doing is the way the light falls on the folds of the fabric, or the way the fabric. The elements of the fabric, like on the Wolverine statue. He's trying to recreate that so that it's real in the painting also.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when you work with the modeling, it's very, very serious business. There's no,
no
horsing around. Yeah.
No horsing around.
Once you kind of go in and you see the, people ask me, oh, can Alex make me into a superhero? Can Alex use me as, fill in the blank? I'm like, no, it's serious. It's not kind of, sure, for your birthday present, I'll make you Wolverine. It's nothing like that.
Right.
Yeah. And when you see Sal, someday when you see Sal as Captain Marvel, and that you'll see that you can see the elements of Sal in the picture, but it's not Sal.
Right.
He's using it more for the bone structure and the look, but not actually to reproduce him.
I still think it would be cool to be.
Oh, definitely.
Squint and smile is how you play Captain Marvel. Yeah.
All right, Tenchi from Facebook, I believe, wants to know if artists in general collect pieces from other artists in their own collections. Does Alex have some other art from other artists?
A little bit. Artists sometimes or oftentimes like to swap. They don't buy art from each other. They trade. And Alex is.
I'm okay with trades.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah.
I have some statues. Can we trade those out?
Steve Root. He's got a few Steve Root. He's got some other pieces of some other painters that were friends of his through the years that he swapped with. But he's got some art. He doesn't collect as much as he's really starting again, without being a cheerleader. He's been getting a lot of statues. He's been, over the years, the last 10 years, he's been gravitating much more towards statues, I would say, than art.
Awesome.
We'll have to showcase his trophy room.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Michael, does Alex plan on doing full comics again in the future, or just sticking to prints and covers?
We'll get there. We'll get there. I know he wants to do it. I know there's many things he wants to do. There's stories he wants to do from existing Marvel DC to create her own stuff. But it's kind of a timing thing with Alex, where he's at now and what he's working on and what he's got on his plate. So I would say yes, definitely.
So they're teasing you, Michael.
We get asked that a lot because it's a valid question because he made his career, with Marvels and with Kingdom Come.
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of the books that people most known for. So yeah, I would definitely say yes.
Oh, great.
Maybe not tomorrow, but for sure.
And then we have from Jamie, has Alex been consulted for input for any animated or live action features?
A little bit. Over the years, recently or over the years, just in general. Back to Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, he was brought in to do some conceptual costumes and some things. And they're not always used, or they're not always meant to be used, or sometimes they're just meant for concepts, to just for the art department.
But nothing in an animated feature.
Incredibles a little bit. It was approached at first. But they approached many times they approached lots of artists just to get a spectrum of kind of different styles.
Right.
But yeah, not as.
He said
did the opening credits to Spider-Man 2.
Opening credits of Spider-Man
right.
2 are all his paintings, and a little bit.
Nice.
And Harry Potter way back when asked, and he's like, I never heard of Harry Potter.
Kitty's eyebrows just went up.
Yeah, it was
Harry Potter.
He was like, I never heard of Harry Potter, and then I was like, well, you heard of him now, But
How exciting! Wow, I did not know that. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. That was.
Thank you for having us, Ron.
A lot of cool stuff. I had no idea.
Yes.
You're Captain
Can I
Marvel,
say, because my wife's
idea.
not going to believe, I missed my kid's karate class this week for my son and Anthony and Anna. So
Being
I said,
here?
Being here. So my wife Karen.
Oh, you got us in trouble.
That's why I had to say, because I don't know if they think I'm in Vegas right now.
And that was us being thrown under the Sal bus.
No. This way, when they watch, they can go, okay, here, it's just not like a
shout
funny,
out. We're sorry.
Right, you're not
we're
a
sorry about
holograph.
the karate class.
You're
we
not
didn't
a hologram.
know.
We're actually
Right.
here at Sideshow.
We're
This
here.
is a tangible set, and
He's in the building.
Yes.
We didn't Photoshop him
Right.
in, and we're so sorry, but we didn't know about the karate class.
I have 2 little kids taking karate can be a dangerous thing as they get older. So I'm rolling the dice.
Right, because then
Right.
stuff around your house gets smashed accidentally.
Yes.
It was an accident. Well, no, it was a
right.
roundhouse
That's
kick.
right.
That's what it was.
That's right. Yeah. So now I'm off the hook.
Well, after I recover from that bus accident you threw me under, I'm glad I got you off the hook for the karate.
I'm sorry. I revealed the Captain Marvel thing, so I figured I had one coming.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you. And, we're excited for these prints that we've revealed today from the Alex Ross art. Big thanks to everybody. And we looked at the Death of the Wolverine fine art lithograph. We looked at the Wolverine premium format figure. We revealed for the first time in print the Joker fine art lithograph, because that has not been published anywhere. Sideshow exclusive. Anywhere. Sideshow. Be sure to come back on the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We are going to be doing a Star Wars live stream featuring Olivia, and we're going to have a whole slew of Star Wars stuff, as well as the Star Wars Princess Leia premium format figure. So make sure you join us at 11 a.m. this Friday. Make sure to go to sideshow.com/notify, and that's how you sign up. And when we go live, you're automatically notified that we are somewhere live on the web, and you better be stopping what you're doing and coming to see what we're talking about. So thank you for everybody for joining us. I am sorry I'm not Susan. This was Robin being not Susan today. Hopefully she'll be back on Friday, but if not, that means Spearman has to add more gifts to the list, because we're going to be giving away much more Star Wars things than he ever intended. So thank you so much for joining us. If you liked any of the content of the video, please make sure to share the video with your friends, and don't forget to let your geek side show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Be a Poser. Today is going to be all about attitude. as we show you what you can do with the main man himself, Sideshow's Lobo 6-scale figure. Let's get started. Okay, here's Lobo, the main man himself, and he looks great. Comes with a wide array of accessories here, including 4 hands, one which is holding a stogie, his battle hook, complete with chain, an awesome sidearm, and a sweet stand embossed with an Owl's Diner motif. I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do with this guy, so let's get rolling. Since Lobo's all about attitude, then we're going to have to go for a pose that really suggests that attitude in spades. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go for broke and just give him everything that I can insofar as weaponry and such is concerned. This figure has a lot of exposed joints, so you're going to want to make sure that you pay careful attention to where these elbow pads are, because they're specifically designed to hide that, and they do it pretty effectively. Don't think that you should have much trouble with that. So to start out with, the first thing you're going to want to do is switch out the fists. This is your hook holding hand. Slide that in there. Now when you switch this one out, make sure that you don't lose the gauntlet here. Or vambrace, rather. Alright, so there's his pistol hand ready to go. The trigger finger on this one has proven to be a little bit difficult. It's a little bit stiff. So I'm taking the hand off the body and attempting to do it all over again from here. There we go. Holding the vambrace in place, just slide the peg back in. Make sure that the straps and the buckles on the vambrace are on the outside of his forearm there. Just looks better that way. Let's get the hook in place here. The first thing you're going to want to do is get the chain wrapped around his arm. For that, Sideshow's installed magnets right there in the forearm. Then just slowly and methodically wrap the chain around, keeping it nice and tight. Try not to let it fall as you're wrapping it. Just let it hide that wrist peg nicely. If you have any issues like what I'm having here, that's nothing insurmountable. Alright, see it hanging there? Then just grab, there's your hook. I'm going to go ahead and insert this hook into his hand. Let's have it facing up. For the next step, slide that link into the hook at the bottom. And there you go. The next thing I want to do is see if this will go up and over his shoulder. It does, but not quite to the extent that I want, so I'm going to have to work this wrist peg in order to make it happen. You can see that it's already bending the way that I need it to. So I'm just going to bend it a little bit further. What you can do is you can kind of bend the wrist a little bit, and then tuck this hook under Lobo's hair, and it'll kind of grab right there. Alright, now I'm going to position this arm the way I want it. So for that, I'm going to throw his shoulder back like he's sticking his chest out. Slight backward bend of the arm, compensate with a slight bend to the forearm. I want this to signify a little bit of aggression here, so I'm going to pull this out just to make sure that that's, yeah. I'm going to rotate this around so that he's raising the gun ever so slightly towards the viewer. Just going to take a little bit of time here to futz with the clothing. He's got a little bit of a weird posture here that I'm not comfortable with, so I'm just going to make him a little bit bolder by sticking that chest out, apply a little bit of a tilt to the hips, compensate with a curve with a tilt to the body, bring that front foot around a little bit and the leg. Just kind of create a nice little triangle here. When you look, if you can see what I'm doing here, you can draw a line between the toes, and then the feet will form a triangle that meets somewhere back here. Not quite what I want, so I'm going to just bring his legs a little bit closer together there, because he doesn't have that shoulder width aggression going on with his stance. I kind of want him to be casual, like he's just chilling, like he just walked in the door of a bar. And I think that's just about got it. Looking at my angle of view, you'll notice nothing's flat to the camera. Everything's just kind of pointed either towards or away from the camera in a way that draws your eye towards the figure. It's very casual, but there's plenty of attitude. And that's how it should be with Lobo. Lobo has it all. He's in this world of superheroes and supervillains, and they're all taking themselves oh so very seriously. But he's this irreverent bastard. He struts onto the scene, cigar clamped, and he wipes the floor with all of them before heading to the bar for a beer. This figure reflects all of that. There's irreverence, there's swagger, and it'll definitely leave an impression on any shelf.